I was very fortunate because I came up in the church through a bubble, right? So I was in the Anglo-Catholic bubble in England, a member of the Church of England, and we had the soundest churches, the most beautiful churches with priests who adhere to the Catholic faith, and everything was wonderful. It was hunky dory. So that's where I was serving, and that's where I was formed and catechized, and that's where I went to seminary. I went to the best seminary in the country, if not the best Anglican seminary in the world. And that was all wonderful until that came to an end. And it's like, okay, now I have to go out into the real world. And actually, the church is as worldly as the rest of the world. It's kind of like, so what do you do about this? Do you compromise from day one? Or do you stand firm and potentially not go forward? And, I reached the end of my training. I completed my course in seminary, and I was supposed to be sent out to a church in London. And I was being sent out to an Anglo-Catholic church with an Anglo-Catholic priest and an Anglo-Catholic bishop. However, the person ultimately responsible was the Bishop of London, who is now going to be installed as the Archbishop of Canterbury. And she's liberal, she's woke, she's hardly Christian. She's certainly not Catholic in her theology, otherwise she wouldn't be a priestess. So she wasn't my bishop because I don't believe in the ordination of women. However, there's an arm of the Church of England, being in the ACNA, there's an arm of traditionalists who they make a space for them. But she ultimately had responsibility over London, and her and I did not see eye to eye. When we got on, we had pleasant conversations, but my faith is not her faith. Her faith is not my faith. That became very clear very quickly. And I couldn't serve under her jurisdiction. And she didn't want me serving under her jurisdiction. So we parted ways. And I thought that was perhaps the end of my ministry. I thought, okay, so I've done all this training, discernment, prayer, and the Lord's led me here. And then it's all over in the blink of an eye. What's going on? But of course, other pathways opened, and I was introduced to the GAFCON movement, which you're a part of. And I had no idea there was Anglicanism outside of the Church of England. I genuinely had no idea. It's not on our radar in England. In England, the perspective of Anglicanism is that it's synonymous with the Church of England, and that has pros and cons. But obviously that through the British Empire, we spread the English expression of the Catholic faith, which we call Anglicanism, all around the world, and partly to America, partly to the African continent. And all of this I was exploring at the time, and it turned out there was a path to remain on my ministerial track where I was in England for a time. And so God opened that door for me as he closed the other one.
Yeah, it's really